Yo, what's going on, guys? Just getting situated here, running a little late today. Uh Let me see. Looks like some people are already in the chat. Dino, what's going on? Looks like you've been here for a while. What's up, Dino? Hope everything's good. Dimson, I am the Sith. Jay McGinn's here. Wheels of Chaos Doom. Good morning in Australia. Yeah, so I wanted to go over a couple things today. One of the major ones is what's up, Mace Window? We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this TVC ATST, which you know, kind of is almost comical at this point. I mean, they've released it 7 times. This is the 7th time, I think. Not it. The mold for this thing is so old that it predates the first run of TVC, I think. But anyway, yeah, and the Wookiee, we'll talk about that too. Yeah, so it's just what's up, Apollo Wape? So yeah, and then we're talking. Yeah, so Jay again brings it up. Who's talking about the $60 bunker, which I think could have been cool. You know, I don't know much about it. I haven't really taken a good look at it, but it doesn't look like it opens up or anything. I don't know. So what's up, Dark? What's up, Elena? I hope I was gonna call your exams pre-orders. I hope your exams are going well. Yo, Dork Side is going belly up. That's another thing. They have the. I wouldn't. At first, I posted on a thing about Dork Side or whatever, but and it was like, sorry, they're gonna close, and I bought a lot of stuff there, and they were good. I liked them. I bought a lot of stuff there, more than Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store, but apparently they're not filling orders, or that's partially how this started. I don't really know the details, but they stopped. Yeah, so I guess they weren't filling some orders because they are going out of business or something. 'Cause that's this is secondhand. I don't know, because I don't think I didn't have any open orders over there. The last thing I ordered from them, I think, was the Credit Collection Grief Card Guy. I think the blue one that was a fan channel exclusive. I think that was the last thing that I had open over there. But yeah, so that's too bad. I don't know too many other details about it. Because I think it kind of says a little bit. I think one thing that it does do is it kind of says a little bit of the status of this hobby, whereas a few years ago, things were booming, and now I think we're on the downfall a little bit here of like how the hobby is. My head, my neck, but I got it. Nobody touch nothing. Sergeant Apone, yeah. Who Hicks calls Apone in the movie too, but it's Apone, so they say it both in the movie. So yeah, so a couple other things. I also wanted to ask if anybody, I don't know. So I can't drink I drink coffee in the morning. It doesn't relate to Star Wars. I drink coffee in the morning, but I can't drink a second coffee later, like anymore. It really messes with me. So I've been cycling through these other stuff that's supposed to be good substitutes for coffee. I've tried different pills. I've tried teas. I've tried the little drinks that you shake, and not the 5-hour energies. I don't want to do those either, but it's more stuff that you buy online. I haven't found many that actually work for me. I was going to ask if anybody has any. I found one that actually works, called Magic Mind. It's a little drink that you shake up. It's green. It looks like it has a bunch of healthy stuff in there, but it's kind of expensive. So I don't. So I'm looking for this other one. I ordered another tea online the other day. It just came. I had some today. It worked for 10 minutes. I can't do that anymore. Dude, I can't even do that anymore. I used to drink Mac coffee. I can't drink any coffee now. I can drink my coffee in the morning, my little like a cup of coffee. I can't have another coffee later. It messes with me. I can't sleep. I don't feel it doesn't give me energy later. Diet. So yes, I eat pretty healthy. And yeah, you're right. If I eat good food, that helps. Exercise helps. I'm still looking for the so yeah, there we go. More people with coffee. I don't know why. Something happened as I got older. I can't drink. I used to have a whole bunch of coffee, but eat healthy works. I probably get the most energy later in the day from just keeping a regular workout routine. But I just wonder if anybody does anything or those different teas or whatever. If anyone's looking for one, it's called Magic Mind. I think it's Magic Mind, and they come in little bottles. And that one actually really worked for me. Some of them, I drink a ton of water and Gatorade, ton of it. S Some of them made me feel like crap. Honestly, that's why I'm asking. Dude, I used to drink so many coffees all day. So I was in law school too, so I was coffee through the whole day. Because when you're in law school, there's so much to do, especially at the beginning. So your entire life is law school for at least the first 2 years of it. All right, so yeah, GA, we're gonna talk about that too. Jamie again, yes, I do have a JD. Why didn't they make it the alternate carded Chewie as a pack? Yeah, so I'll just read it for people who are listening. Why didn't they make it an alternate carded Chewie as the pack-in with the ATST? Yeah, that would have been the move. That's one of the things they should have done. So first of all, should have they could have done some type of update to this Chewie. Like they could have given him a new head sculpt. They just gave the other Chewie a new head sculpt. They could have done something. Yeah. Yeah, I'll sue Hasbro. Did you pre-order? I didn't pre-order the ATSD. I pre-ordered the bunker though. I don't know. The last time right. So I've already bought the ATST 4 or 5 times. I've already bought it. It was released before the TVC was even out. I think twice. And then it was released as the TVC ATST. It was released in the Battle of Endor Black Series 3.75-inch set. It was released as a Black Series 3.75-inch 2-pack with the ATST driver, and it was released as the Mandalorian ATST for the Best Buy exclusive. It's been released a bunch of times. I've already bought it like 4 times. So no, I didn't order this one, which is unfortunate. Although I although I will say that Hasbro supposedly corrected some of its standing issues. The fact that it's something that doesn't work and they've released it this many times blows my mind. Like how are you have a crappy product and you keep raising the price? You know how much the first time they released it was? $35. It was $35. Now it's 90 and it doesn't work. And most collectors have it already. Because the last time they released it was only like 2 or 3 years ago. That was the Best Buy exclusive one for The Mandalorian. So it's been released in recently. Now I know that doesn't cover everybody, but you've already made your money back on the mold. That's all. Like multiple times over. You've released it 6 times before now. It's paid for itself already. Can we get some updates or something with it? Yeah, I'm sure it was on sale for 20 back in the day because before the TVC one, it was released in the Legacy collection, I think. I forget. It was released a couple times before it was released as the TVC um ATST. So I don't know if you can hear that. My cat is meowing right now. um because the door is closed. I might have to open it. But let me see. Yeah, so I don't but it was released twice before the TVC. So so maybe that wait. So that's the Assault on Hoth is the multi-pack from Target, right? What did this guy write? He write the first time it was in the Assault on Hoth multi-pack, right? As the white version, right? So that was like oh wait a second. So wait, it's been released 9 times. 9 times. Because I didn't even count this one. So you got the Assault on Hoth, right? And then there's this one. The Assault on Battle of Endor multi-set. And it's in there too. So that's 9. It's the 9th time. Because then they released it, if you remember, yes, so the Assault on Multipack Hoth, and it was the Battle in Endor set, and then individually in that same line. Oh, this is a different mold? Look at these people, they know more than me. That's probably why I didn't count them before. Hold on, David Edge. Am I noticed your box? I'm not moving. I'm moving my collection into storage actually, and the sex bots are here. What up, sex bots? Sex bots are here. Let's see. Have a good time. Find your love. Different AST. Okay, that's what people are saying. So yeah, so so the first time it was released was in that same line individually then. No, was it the same line? It was a Target exclusive. I'm sorry, Walmart exclusive. So it wasn't that. So all right, thank you for letting me know, people. It is like an aquarium. It is. I've had that for a while. I was going through all my stuff. Found some cool stuff. I'm moving it into storage. I need this space here, and then so I know some people mentioned some things in the I just wanted to look what someone else might have said. People coffee. Oh, it's about the bunker. Yeah, we'll talk about the bunker too. Well, here's an idea. I am the Smith. I think the ATSD should have come with an Endor terrain stand, and maybe come with some logs from the scene. Yeah, oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. I gotta let my cat in. All right, come on. Oh shit. All right, sorry about that. All right, noisy. All right, let's see. Second time, let me see. Hold on. Here we go. Second time was Legacy Collection with Han and ATST driver skies, Walmart exclusive. Okay, so that was the one that I was looking at. It was a Walmart exclusive. Yeah, so it came out in the Legacy Collection, and it was in the Battle of Endor Black Series one, and it was the Walmart exclusive Black Series 3.75-inch one that came with the ATST guy that dropped to like they couldn't get rid of them at Walmart. I think they were like $80, and then they dropped it. They got low as like $25. And then what is this? A Clone War Attack on Hoth? Yes, the Attack on Hoth battle set. That's right. So that's what that guy was talking about too. So that also brings to another point that I wanted to bring up. Hasbro really neglects vehicles these days. Wish it was like, yeah. So I was looking at the list of TVC vehicles that were released, and it was a pretty good list. A lot of good stuff on there. I like the ATS, the AT-AT. That's something, But I'd love to get. I'd love to get one of those. I wish they would re-release that. It would probably be like $600 though nowadays. How many original 96ers will we see in 2013? I don't know. That's a good question. I know. Let's see. Oh, I'd have to look at the list now. I'm not sure. Although the Stormtrooper, the A New Hope Stormtrooper, I think that was a Walmart one. I think it was in stock at Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, the Chewie, the Battle on Endor set, the Chewie one, right, with all the guys in it. So yeah, so how does it cost $90? I don't know. So that's the problem. It costs $90. What else is in there is the Chewie from the what is it called? The original trilogy vintage cards back in 2004. It's that Chewie, which was also the Black Series 3.75-inch Chewie, if I remember correctly, that has no updates whatsoever. And if you take a look at it, you can tell that it really needs like a head update, like the head sculpt could have been updated or something. So other people have already mentioned how they could have been the alternate card, Return of the Jedi Chewie. They could have put it on it has no card. It's just thrown in the pack. It's just thrown in the pack, unfortunately. Which would be an awesome idea. They could put on the alternate card, then release it later in the main line. Were they $14.99? About a dozen of those Black Series ATSTs on clearance for $14.99 each. I had a couple of them too. I think I had 4 at one point, but I got rid of the other ones. But they were on clearance, and you're like, I'll take a bunch of these. If they did an ATST the right way and for a decent price in Black Series, I'd like to buy 2. But since we deal with Hasbro, it's a pipe dream since they've killed HasLab. Now that brings up something else I wanted to talk about today. Now, David Edge here, he sent it to me a little while ago, or I'm sorry, a week or two ago. There is a guy who he is 3D printing ATSTs. They're in 1/12 scale for Black Series. They have working joints and everything. Let me see if I can bring them up. They look pretty good. So he sent me some pictures, or they sent me some info on it this morning out of the blue. I didn't contact him, but he sent it to me because he saw one of the posts that we were talking about where we were we're just making fun of the ATSD. So, oh, here it is. Let me see. So I'm still waiting for what he sells the files for a 3D printer. You can buy the files. It's pretty cheap. So you can do it yourself. I'm still waiting to see because he says that his buddy's the one that actually will sell you one up front. So I'm waiting to hear how much it would actually be. But I haven't heard back yet. So here we go. Here's some of the I don't know why it went back to so there he is next to it. And the legs work and everything, and it turns. Um, so it looks pretty sick considering. So I'm trying to get a price on it. Because I don't have a 3D printer, which is probably something I should invest in. And this is another thing that's just why, for this is something why vehicles of this size or things like this are going to be, I hope it's on Hasbro's radar because we're very, very close in it. And it's pretty much happening now where Hasbro is not only competing with other toy manufacturers, most of them for Star Wars are overseas, but now they're competing with the collectors actually just going out and making what they want and not waiting for Hasbro to do it or release one that sucks, So I'd like to see it. I would like to see how much it is though. I'm moving 90% of my Black Series into storage, only keeping OT Black Series in my hobby room. Yeah, I'm moving everything in this. Almost everything is going into storage for a little bit. It has to sit there for a little while until I can get things organized. The PFP sent it to 90. Yeah. So GA was actually, yeah. So I hope we get, Squid Face or Squid Head. I know you're talking about TVC, but I've always thought it'd make a great Black Series figure. And the Rancor Keeper. Yeah, Cheap Chirpa. Like, that's all stuff that I would love to see them do in both lines. I've had a good collection day. My eBay Black Series Jabba finally turned up. Oh, after right. Thought it finally showed up, huh? Thought it was lost 10 days ago. Then I've secured the TIE Fighter, new for 70 ship. That's cool. You mean the... Oh, yeah. So the TVC TIE Fighter, I'm assuming? Hey, good work. Finally, I know you were worried about that last week. It's the, oh, you want vehicles? Hasbro tax. I like that. All right, so it'll be a miracle if Hasbro does any more Black Series vehicles. They were an absolute failure at retail. That's right. Pretty much all of them failed, unfortunately. Now, the speeders that they did, this right, they did Rey speeder, they did Luke speeder, definitely failed, but part of the reason was because they released the Luke speeder also as an exclusive, a little one that's a little bit more jazzed up. That was a convention exclusive, and then Rey's speeder was just massively overproduced, and the fact that and Toys R Us got a ton of them, and then when Toys R Us went under, they were selling them for like $10 just to liquidate everything. So yeah, so that, and then obviously there was the TIE Fighter, which was just too big, for people and way too expensive. It was $170. I think I picked one up for $50, $45 or something. Clearance on Target. I don't think they sold a single one of them. So, I mean, part of that reason too was A, it was too big, and B, they made it. Why didn't you make it the OT TIE Fighter? Why would you make it from the new movie and expect somebody to pick that up, drop that kind of money on some movie they haven't even seen yet? So, I still think Black Series vehicles could work. The NECA recently showed a picture of the upcoming Kino figure from Secret of the Ooze, and looks he in the picture he's got his scooter speeder thing where he delivers his pizzas on. So they're doing a vehicle for 1/10 scale. So I don't think it's impossible. David, yeah, it might be 500. It looks absolutely epic. I think it might be about 500 to get made. Hasbro just made all the wrong vehicles. Yeah, they did. They should have started with the classic ones instead of the first order Type Fighter. 100%. And I don't like the snow speeder was pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. I don't think anyone has any complaints about that. I just don't know how well it sold. I know it sat in a lot of GameStops. But it didn't really hit. It didn't hit retail stores really. I never saw it in a retail store other than GameStop. So I ordered mine from Big Bad Toy Store or Dorkside or Entertainment Earth. I don't remember which one. Facts. Making the first over TIE Fighter was foolish, even though it's dope. They should have done the OG. Yeah, it is dope. But yeah, you're right. They definitely should have done the original one if you're gonna do any. I don't know. I don't think they don't understand like what you gotta do is you gotta wheel us in with stuff we want already before you start trying to force things down our throats that we don't really know we want yet. Someone would want the snow speeder. Someone would want that, Nobody someone would want the regular TIE fighter. Somebody they don't want a first order one. I don't know. It just seems TVC's HasLab 100% backing record. Yeah, that's true. For sure. Next HasLab should certainly be a TVC Sandcrawler. Wow, that's aggressive. Whoa, Isaac, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Just came by to say, hope all is good. I always watch the replays of your live stream. Hopefully I can catch one. All right, Isaac, good to see you. Darth, hope everyone's having a good weekend. Me too. Sandcrawler is certainly not the most exciting thing, but I'd love an upscaled one in TVC style. So what would be good about that is that's something that, I don't know, they could have like one panel side come off. You can do all the inside stuff. But you're right, it's not the most exciting thing. I'll second that. I think there would be probably enough people, depending on how much it was, there'd probably be enough people to get it backed. But yeah, it wouldn't be the most exciting release. And it would probably have to be, I'm thinking barge prices, like 500 for something like that. Ooh, an Imperial shuttle. That would be dope. I would back the Sandcrawler, but it's not an action-oriented vehicle like the Imperial shuttle. A working Imperial shuttle all day. With the things, oh my, all day. That is a good one. Anyone got an extra first order tie? I do not. I know they're on eBay. Some potential HasLabs for TVC. Sandcrawler, Imperial shuttle, Bad Batch shuttle. Yeah. So Snowspeeder just sold on eBay last night for $75 plus $51 ship. It's big, so the boxes at least you're probably better off trying to buy one that doesn't have the box brand new because the shipping is going to be ridiculous. I saw the first over tie in Toys R Us and refused to pay that much. Only to pay resale years later. Yeah, that's what happens when you pass on something. But yeah, I remember they had it. Like every Target I went to had it. I think a lot of Toys R Us's I went to had it too. It was on that bottom shelf and it just sat there. I don't know if anyone ever bought one from those until I started seeing clearance. I didn't even buy it right off. I think a lot of people did the same thing. I just waited and waited for it to go on clearance, and the price kept it would be clearanced a little bit, and the prices kept going down and down and down until it got to about $50. I was like, hey, that's fair. I'll pay 50 for it. I think Disney had a massive say in the first order tie. They want their bullshit put. Yeah, they probably did. But like I said, you gotta give it. You gotta, you know. I had it's a pretty sick out. You know, you gotta you gotta ease this in. You gotta ease this in. You can't be like, here, don't you want this super expensive thing from this new movie? You gotta you know, butter us up like you gotta take us to dinner first. Give us something we want small, and then work your way up. So many gross analogies I could have come up with for that are going through my head that I'm not gonna say. Only concern with the TVC HasLabs is how greedy Hasbro is gonna be, given the recent BS. Or is it Black Series or BS? I don't know. They would have been trying. Given the recent BS, they have been trying with Marvel and the Riva lightsaber and the Rancor. Yeah, it would be super expensive. Hopefully they would have some decent tiers for that. But yeah, Sandcrawler, it would. Yeah, there you go. They could do the Mandalorian Sandcrawler to spice up the action. They can make it Mandalorian too, yeah. HasLab figure pack could be awesome too. I always thought that. I thought that maybe for Black Series they could do, a figure multi-pack. Like one of the examples I had was like, the NECA ones that, they have the Ninja Turtle 4-packs, like the exclusive one, like the Channel 6 4-pack that they had with all the accessories. They could do one for Black Series. My first example was always like the Delta Squad with a bunch of accessories. Like there's a ton of accessories in the Channel 6 NECA one. It was something like that. But like deep cut characters. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't Kmart have the first order tie on sale for $1? That's a different first order tie. That is not. I think that's the basic collection first order tie, right? It was the 3.75 inch collection before that they released. The vehicles were all under $50. I think that's what you're talking about. Only beast vehicle I'm missing is Rey Speeder and Jabba. Yeah, I think I'm missing the Dewback. Never bought it. I kept waiting for it to go on clearance, and I just never caught it on clearance because all the other vehicles, there were those smaller vehicles the Black Series did, all went on clearance. They were all like half off at some point. Even the swoop bike is still half off on Amazon. So I figured that the Dewback would do the same. Kept waiting. It never went down, and now it's going up. Now it's, I don't know what it is. It's more than it was than retail now. Flower Alligator, what's up? Oh, Mario Tovar, what's up? Oh, he's not the Disneyland neighbor anymore. He's in Maui. Hey, Flower Alligator. Fine. What time? What time? Go to dinner? All right, so I sold all my Black Series vehicles except the speeder bikes. Huh. Speeder bikes are good, I'd have to say. Yeah, I got you. Okay. The Dewback is a good beast. Yeah, he is. Missed the Dewback. Missed out on the Dewback. I shouldn't have waited. The 40th Return of the Jedi HasLab Endor bunker would be great. Throw in some, yeah. So the bunker, that is a good idea. That is a good one, actually. The bunker would be pretty cool, actually, with all the extra stuff you could put in there. I have to say, with the bunker, I love the figure they included, the Rebel Commando and Stormtrooper disguise on the card and everything. I think that's super cool about it. What'd he say? He says throwing some Ewoks, Han as ATST driver, battle damaged R2D2, 2 different Rebel Commandos, Ewok ladder. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. You know what? I haven't taken a huge a huge or a detailed look at the bunker, but it doesn't look like there's any. It's just it looks like it's just a piece of plastic. Oh, so look at this. So just got the beach. Yeah, so he's so perfect in Black Series. The Black Series one, which reminds me, if you didn't get the exclusive, the convention exclusive Black Series Cassian with his with the B2 droid, or the Kenner Deco convention exclusive Black Series 40th anniversary Akbar, they're now both available for pre-order at Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. So obviously they didn't sell as many of those as they thought they would. And now they're over at those the third party, or I'm sorry, the online retailers. Finally got my blue box speeder bike. Blue box. No, please don't encourage Hasbro to attempt another Black Series HasLab. Only TVC for HasLab. Come on, people. Learn from history. I'm not, you know what? I'm not all out. I'm not all out on Black Series HasLabs yet. I don't think they've actually tried a viable project yet. They haven't tried a vehicle yet. Look at this guy standing next to that ATST. You don't want that? I do. I would take that. So I don't think, I'm not totally out on it. Now, TVC, I wouldn't stop doing their projects or anything. TVC should still get all the projects that they want. I just think that I don't think that Black Series HasLab has gotten a fair shake yet. And I think there's some very good or viable projects that they've skipped for some reason, which could work. Oh, Renfield. At a recent meeting with investors, Hasbro was accused of overprinting Magic the Gathering cards and killing the golden goose. I think they overproduced Black Series and TVC figures. I did read about this. That I didn't know that Magic the Gathering made them so much money, but yeah, I did read an article that said this, that they were saturating the market with this stuff and killing. They called it the golden goose specifically. So I don't know. Maybe Magic the Gathering makes a ton of money. I have no idea. But yeah, I think they do the same thing with Black Series and TVC figures. I think they've been doing it for a long time. I think that we saw the the effects of it during the sequel trilogy figures for Black Series, and for TVC, actually, because you couldn't escape them. Now I think that for a lot of figures they should make more of. They don't. For some figures they should make less of. They make way too many. I just kind of think they don't judge the market or the consumer very well. Where I think that if you had some collectors come help you, you might get better results for that. But the Dewback that was sold at Galaxy's Edge roars when you push down on his tail. No kidding. Okay, so yeah, all right. So the Return of the Jedi 40th bunker is just a door frame, right? It's just a thing. It's just a piece of plastic, right? It didn't seem like it had any like any like inside or working door or anything, right? Or am I just crazy? Because when I was just looking, I tried to flip through the pictures and see like what else does it do? It doesn't do anything, right? Which is I should have looked at this before, but I've been kind of busy recently. So it doesn't do anything, right? Which totally that's ridiculous. Now I'm getting upset about it. Because there was a in the movie there's like a hole inside where the line "You rebel scum" was actually said. That was said in the bunker. You got to get some respect for that. So yeah, it's unfortunate that it's just like a plastic box and it's $60. Now wow. But I love the figure in there. I love the figure in there. I love the card. I love that they chose that figure. Hopefully I'm assuming it's going to hit the main line as well. How is it that Hasbro used to make vehicles like the AT-TE and Turbo Tank for mass retail and affordable prices, but now they can't? What changed over the years? Well, they had the basic line, which they don't have anymore. And you're right. They had a lot of vehicles for the basic line, and at the time, they were all like the most expensive one was like, well, you're talking about older stuff than I am, but I'm talking about like when the sequel trilogy was coming out, they banged out a ton of basic figure vehicles, all under $50. Some were 40, 35. They did TIE fighters, U-wings, A-wing, Boba Fett starship. They did a ton of stuff, right? Some of it was crappy, some of it was decent, right? I know there was problems with some of the plastic they used. Some of you would probably remember more than me. But some of it was decent, right? So yeah, I'm with you. I don't know why a lot of the time you would have something in the basic line that would be $40, but you would release it in the TVC and it'd be like $90, like the TIE Fighter kind of thing, right? Then they do that for they had a basic TIE Fighter and then released the TVC TIE Fighter very like right after that for I think it would have been that the Walmart exclusive one. I forget how much it was. It was like $75 or $80, $90 or something. When the other one was like 40 or 50. So I don't know. You're right. The do bag is awesome. I've found that if there were more than one of anything in the movie, people tend to buy 3. Yeah, right. So right. So yeah, the do bag was one of the ones that you would want more than one of. The vintage collection bunker, just a facade, nothing behind it. It has removable panels for Hana R2, but that's it. Oh, it has removable panels? I didn't see that in the pictures, but okay. They had millions of yeah. How come they don't do more vehicles for the Clone Wars? Because they were doing it during Clone Wars, and they had millions of kids who were watching and buying Clone Wars toys. I would take 3 of the ATSD. I think they're like I think it's like $500, but they haven't had a hit show like that since. Yes, and because it was animated, it was more kids watched it, I'm assuming, but it was one of the shows that like crossed over into adults. Bro, they gave Cassian butterfly joints from the 2-pack. An unexpected surprise. Did they really? I was wondering when they would start to show up. So I don't remember how much it is on Big Bad Toy Store. It's probably I don't know. It's probably not for me, but I said I wasn't gonna get it. Now, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, maybe you should get it, man. I don't know. It's astounding they haven't come up with a gunship and yeah, its price is so high on the aftermarket. That's true. You know what is, but you know what is out for the gunship? What do they call them? The micro galaxy vehicles. I think they just released a gunship though. But I feel you with the gunship thing. Maybe it'll come up now with the Clone Wars 20th anniversary stuff that they're doing. Maybe we'll get a gunship. The problem is it would have to be, TVC, and it would be super expensive. I can only imagine what price they would go with. So, yeah, there you go. Re-released gunship would cost as much as a barge at this point, for true. HasLab AT-AT would be cool. Yeah. Yep. I think it would be cool. It would be massive. You couldn't do it for Black Series unless you seriously scaled it down. But yeah, it would be awesome. My AT-AT was, especially as a kid, that was my favorite vehicle. You saw that for the first time, you were like, "Oh my god." Because it was new. You'd never seen it before. Now, if you watch the movies, you already heard about it. But if you're watching that as a kid for the first time and you see first you see them very far in the thing, you're like, "What are those?" And you see them up close, you're like, "Oh my god, it's the coolest thing ever." So yeah. So, but if they did an AT-AT and it would be TVC, it would be HasLab prices anyway. So if you made it HasLab, I don't know, maybe you can trick it out. It make it awesome. I don't know, but yeah. So they would, if they did release it now, it'd be. I mean, they tried to release the AT-ACT from Rogue One, but it was electronic, which I have sitting next to me. I think, yeah, it's right here. But that tanked. That wasn't being sold at retail for like 2 or 3 weeks before Target gave up on it and put them all on clearance. But it was like $300, right? How can a company with Hasbro's resource misjudge their consumer base so badly? I don't know how they make these mistakes. That's why I always say it's the ketamine addicted monkey making decisions over there. On the bright side, Hasbro is so out of touch it makes older folks like us look hip. A lot of retailers here, this is in Australia, are clogged with TVC and Black Series figures, overstuffed and overpriced. They're not moving. Black Friday did nothing to empty the pegs. Huh. Yep, we're cutting edge. Oops. Here we go. It's not just a door frame, it's a door too. Yeah, that's $60, by the way, which is, the more I think about it, is making me more upset. Yeah, here we go. Hasbro, I think I might agree with this. Hasbro focuses on how to bring in new consumers instead of focus on the ones they have. That's why they make the decisions they do and give breadcrumbs to longtime collectors on occasion. Yes, which is why I've mentioned in multiple videos and in here multiple times that they just count on us to be there. They count on us. Well, we will always be there. And by us, I mean, collectors who buy, longtime collectors who buy everything or most of everything, and they take us for granted. And eventually, they're going to alienate enough of us that they're going to put themselves out of business in the Star Wars department. Because again, when it's not, I think I don't know if I can say that, but the popularity of action figure collecting has taken a little bit of a dive than compared to what it was like for I wouldn't even say for like 2 to 3 years ago. And I think the new prices and the new boxes and just the oversaturation of the market is alienating more and more of us to the point where there's less old heads who buy everything that they can count on, which is going to be their downfall eventually. It's going to destroy this hobby, especially with the fact that, now people can make their own stuff. So I'm waiting to see what happens. I don't have a lot of hope. Rebellions are built on hope. I forgot to say I picked up 2 GG battle droids in the PFP, the new ones, for £10 each yesterday. That's awesome, dude. Because they knew they gouge collectors with their TVC brand. Yeah, you joke, but yes, that's 100% true. That's why when they do something bigger, they can charge a lot for it, because the older collectors who have been doing it for years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years, since the 70s, will pay. They have expendable income. They'll pay for stuff like that, as opposed to newer collectors that are mostly Black Series. The regular line geared towards kids. Yeah, so the basic line, was geared toward kids. You wouldn't want any, unless you're just some type of completionist or you collect all 3.75 inch figures. You didn't really want those figures. The vehicles were all right though. They were all 5 POA, right? Hello, Rolando. What's up? I don't know how much they want for this for the ATST. I don't know. I'm guessing 500. Dave said 500. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for the guy to get back to me. I sent him a message. I don't know if he saw it because we're not friends. So I'm waiting to hear how much it is. But if you have a 3D printer, I think you can buy the files for $50 or $60 and print your own. I'm not sure. The removable panels on the bunker is a complete eye roll. Hasbro treats that like it's a premium feature. And we could be lucky. I know. This is pretty. I thought it was a decent release before I took a better look at it today. And you're right. This, especially for $60, it's pretty underwhelming. Darth Clueless, what's up? TCW is awesome. I still rewatch it now on DVD. Bad Batch, meh. Rebels, meh. TCW, both versions are great. Yeah, I have to say, I don't think I've been super impressed with Bad Batch. Had some episodes, but I haven't been super impressed with it. They were like some super Clone Force group, like the most badass of dudes ever. And we really haven't seen a ton of that in the show. They're just like they're just a regular crew in the show, kind of. I always wanted the gunship that carries the ATTE, which we got that, and it actually fits around the 2008 ATTE. Attack of the Clones 20th is over. The next option would be Revenge of the Sith 20th. Yeah. Just get a bigger toy room. I wish I could get a bigger toy room. I need to, we're going to organize everything. It's going to be a lot better. Missed opportunity with Attack. Yeah, so the Attack of the Clones, even the figure front. Yeah, for sure. Totally missed it. hopefully we get. He said the Revenge of the Sith is the next. I don't remember what year the Revenge of the Sith come out in 2004. I don't remember. Actually, it was before that, right? Or 2003 was it? But I know they're doing 20th anniversary Clone Wars, which I think we can all be happy with. 2005. I think we can all be happy with that. We haven't seen too much of the releases yet. Hopefully we get a gunship or something. The most recent AT-AT is good enough. HasLab needs to be for something more in need of an update. Cantina, Death Star playset, Sandcrawler. I'm with you on that. I think that in the very least, they should re-release the AT-AT, because if you try to buy that secondhand, you're looking at $1,000 or more. So yeah, so I think it needs another release. Because it hasn't been released in a very long time. The AT-AT is not the same thing. But if they release the AT-AT, I would buy it. Or AT-AT. It's at actually. If you've ever had this conversation. So it actually is at, but I always say AT-AT because you don't say at for the ATST, you say ATST. Therefore, AT-AT would be AT-AT. However, according to Lucasfilm, it is at. A Black Series AT-AT would be the size of a couch and cost $2,000. Yeah, it would. It would be pretty big. They'd have to scale that thing down super. But yeah. Yeah, so allegedly Hasbro said they went to anniversary lines for prequels. Yeah, so they said that they weren't going to do one for Attack of the Clones, and I think it was this is something I think YakFace said. So, but then after saying that, they did the Clone Wars 20th. So, who knows? That's right. The most recent TVC at was Return of the Jedi 30th in 2013. Yeah. And I think it will be like 1,500, 1,000, 1,500. It's up there. A VC HasLab AT-AT would be about 3 feet tall and 5 feet long. Yes, please. Yeah, but you're right. But it would be. They've already released it multiple times in the vintage collection, so I'm hoping that we might get another one at some point. There's another person saying it's not necessary. Hasbro needs kids to love Star Wars again. Yeah, they do. I think that's what, the Bad Batch is about. They'll probably, because they bricked it on, they did another I don't know if you've seen it, Star Wars Resistance. I don't think it even is on anymore. That was a kid show that was on the kids channels, and it was just bad. It was just horrible. Tried to get my niece to watch it. She was like, this is a horrible show. So yeah, so they tried recently. If this is a big if, Hasbro lost the Star Wars license, would you start collecting a new company's product? Yes. Yes, I would. I would love to see what a new company would do with it. It would have to be a pretty big company, I think, because of, I think the price of the license. Chewie would look so dope hanging out the door of that AT-AT. Yeah. Yeah, kids have it rough today with toys. We didn't know how spoiled we were 20 years ago. Yeah, but you know what else, though, is that, I don't know, kids' toys aren't the number one for kids now. It's all like games on their iPods or their tablet or video games and stuff. They aren't really, physical toys aren't at the level that they were when we were kids. you know? And I was, a lot of the times physical toys are nicknamed punishment toys because when you get in trouble, I'm going to take your iPad away. I'm going to take your iPod, whatever away, your tablet away. So now you go to your room and now you have to play with your actual physical toys. So, it's kind of second fiddle now to for a lot of kids, not for all kids, but it's kind of second fiddle to a lot of kids compared to their electronic toys. I want the bunker, but y'all making me really thinking of waiting for a Black Friday sale. I pre-ordered it. I don't know. I'm thinking about canceling it. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, that also reminds me. So, bunker is definitely a wait for sale, in my opinion. So that reminds me. So, even YakFace kind of got into there was he usually doesn't say anything negative about the Star Wars collecting. Um but he voiced his opinion about the re-release of the AT-AT. Um I'm sorry, ATST. So we should take a look at that actually. Let me see. Yeah. So he posted this picture of the wobbly ATST from when he's stepping on the logs there, and he wrote vote with vote. He wrote oh he wrote vote with your wallets is a phrase that is becoming all too common these days. As prices continue to rise, the responsible thing to do is to evaluate the value of our purchases, especially when what is being re-offered has so little newness to entice the target market in which the anniversary products are aimed. A decade plus old vehicle with a near 2 decades old figure for a price knocking on the door of $100 doesn't scream nostalgia as so much as nearsightedness, especially when it can't support its own weight, let alone that price point. Haven't these molds paid for themselves several times over due to their previous offerings? Sure, there is a segment of the market that don't have this yet, as new collectors are engaging, quoted, as new collectors are engaging with this iconic expression for the first time, or some other corporate speak. But can they honestly say this warrants that price tag? Surely they have sales data showing ATST getting blown out at clearance in its previous iterations. This brings us to Chewbacca, who will be stuffed unceremoniously in the box, bagged like an egg roll with a side of disappointment, knowing that we could have had him on an alternate film out card back from Return of the Jedi. I wouldn't put it past the brand team to offer it later in the main line on that alternate card, wasting a figure slot, no doubt, and claim to have listened to the fans. So, needless to say, he's pissed. Because usually he doesn't, there's usually not anything negative coming, let alone a paragraph coming from YakFace. So, obviously, he's a little bit upset about the price too. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything he said. Some of it we've already talked about. But yeah, I don't know. Needing a lot of these people. I mean, I do know somebody who doesn't have it who was psyched to see it available until I told him that it doesn't stand up on its own weight. But just like he said, you don't $90 really, because I'm sure you've already made any money that you make on this ATST over production cost is going to be profit because you've already paid for the mold because you've released it 6 other times. So I don't know. $1,000 for the legacy AT-AT. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm telling you. You can't get that. You can't get one unless you want to spend $1,000 to $1,500. Oh, so you guys are talking about the thing. So the TIE Fighter, here we go. David has some information. He's thinking about it. No printer either. I think it goes about 400 for parts, 400 for made, and 600 for made and printed, and made and so 600 for made and 400 for parts, 400 for made, and 400 for made and painted. 500 for made. So yeah, I would, yeah. I mean, I would have to buy it all unless I wanted to paint it myself. I would have to pay for the 600 one. I don't have a printer. Um, it's tempting. Star Wars isn't for the cool kids anymore, unfortunately. It is not. David, I did watch Resistance. I can't remember it though. Yeah, well, because it wasn't good. I still can't bring myself to go back and try to finish it. No, it's not because it wasn't good. It just a bad. I was kind of excited for it. I was like, I could watch. My girlfriend at the time had a kid. I had a niece. I was like, I can watch this with them, and it was just bad. Are we going to see a TVC Rancor this year? Maybe Malakili carded pack. I would love that. That would be awesome. I would love that. But you know what they would do is they just use the old one that they have. They wouldn't give us a new one, which came in the they released it a few times in a Legacy collection. They have it. They released it in the Black Series 3.5-inch Rancor set, which I have sitting right there actually on the floor. I saw Star Wars Resistance this morning. I flushed. Nice. Resistance was all right. No, it was okay. Last century vehicle, next century price. That's for sure. I see some people get like new AT-ATs on eBay for around $100 on occasion. It's all about timing. Not the TVC one. They've released other ATs. You can get what is it? That one's $100. The one, what is it? The Power of the Force? Power of the Force. You can get we can get that one for about $100. Not the TVC one though. You know it's wrong when Yak says it's when Yak says it's shit, then it's really bad. That bunker is going to share the same fate as the Tantive 4 and Navarro Cantina sets. Deep clearance and readily available. I'm starting to think that because I got both of those sets, Tantive 4 and Navarro, on clearance, not on clearance, on sale on Amazon. Because they just charge too much for these things. $90 for the new ATSD would be roughly $150 here in Australia. I'd probably be more for you, dude, judging by some of the other. No, thank you. Oh, we're dealing with communist China. That's right. We are dealing with communist China. Yep, you're right. Our buyers' logic for their pricing won't work for them. They're going to gouge us as much as they can get away with. That's true. Rich, what's going on? Hello? Yeah, if they did a Rancor, just be was it Unleashed? You're right. Yeah, the Black Series. It would just release that one again, which is a decent Rancor. It just doesn't have much articulation at all. Them fumbling the Black Series Rancor still gets me tight. Yeah, man. It was a workable project. It could have worked. Man, Hasbro needs to chill with the prices before the TVC and Black Series fans have a Magic the Gathering moment. You're right. Rob, what's going on? Hello, Rob. Yeah. Hasbro is just hemorrhaging laziness and stupidity. For real. They are. It's what can we repack today with minimal updates and charge an arm and a leg for? That seems to be the product model right now. I think it goes if you're looking for a Navarro Cantina set on clearance, go check GameStop and Amazon. They go on sale decently often over there. Wow, I've still got my Black Series Rancor order on my phone. We would have been getting it soon. Yep. Can still remember the bones from the kid excavation toys as incentive. Oh yeah, the bones, that's right. From those kid sets. Oh, right. So on a plus note, I'm really looking forward to the Jabba's throne room playset next year. Carded fat bib pack-in. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if they haven't charged for that yet. So, but yeah. $229, I think. Pretty expensive though. I refused to back it, but I'm so glad it didn't get made because those tiers were terrible. But I'm also mad that they messed up the rollout. Good tiers would have had, yeah, instead we got some effing dirt. The dirt. The dirt was fake. The dirt wasn't a real, yeah, but you could see it actually being a tier. All right, guys, gotta take a break. I'll be right back. I'll close the door this time. All right, sorry about that. My bad. The bones were so insulting. Like the internet wouldn't discover that they were repacks from the failed kids toy. Yeah, they were insulting. You know? But if you're going to do something like that, it can't be a tier. It's just something that you include. You know? You just throw that in. Like this is what it comes with. You know, instead of making it some type of like tier to incentivize people buying it. That's insane. David, yeah, but I knew you would. I want that cardboard diorama in the bones. Yep, me too. I want them now. The dirt around the bones. So yeah, there was a meme that had like the next tier revealed, and it was a bag of dirt, which went around, and I mentioned it in the video that like I had to look at it for a little while. Like it took me more than a few seconds to be like, wait a minute, is this real or not? That's how bad the tiers were. That I actually thought that a bag of dirt could have been one. No Ula, no Mula. That's from YakFace came up with that. I think he was the first person to say that. Surely Squidhead and 8D8 to go with the throne room. I would love that. That's another thing that, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I mean, that's one of the things that they completely dropped the ball with this, with the Boba Fett show, which is, as we speak, is aging worse and worse, by the way, with all the work that they put in with Andor. But there's nobody in there at Palace. How are you a crime leader with no crime syndicate? There's nobody in there but the Skittles crew. Jabba had so many people in there that they all slept on the goddamn floor. Like, can we get some of those people? Like, just the nostalgic factor by itself to see some of the people in there would, I don't know. I'll take that type of eye candy. We can play with my emotions with that. Bring Dengar in there and Bosk. Why aren't they there? Just think the Hasbro team thought that Bones with the Rancor was going to make everyone become barking seals and back it, along with a paper backdrop. Yeah, I know. That is crazy. But they could have done, I mean, like, you know, the Rancor had like the door that came down. They could have done something with that and made that like a tier, right? Something. He locked the door. Were they actually from the kid excavation toy out of a plaster chunk, or was it a myth? I think that some of them were recycled from that. I think a couple of, like, because didn't they have? Wow, we're thinking. Didn't they had a? Didn't they have a? I don't know. Now I'm thinking back. Maybe they were more of them were for, because there was like a more of them were actually from the kid excavation, because I think there was like a tauntaun head in there, right? But I think that some of them were, yeah. Bone, cardboard, and salacious effing crumb. Yeah. But like I said, the whole tier package was insulting. It was, but like I've said in the videos before, I would buy that salacious crumb if they released it, because I think that's cool. Yeah, so you know, for the TVC there was the Death Scar exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con one time, and they had like a carded crumb and a carded what's the tiny yeah, anyway, they had a carded crumb in there, and I always wanted it. It goes individually, it goes for like $300 or even more. That's the last time I checked. It could be way more now. So I would have bought that crumb on a card individually. I know I'm in the minority, but I would buy that. But it's not a good tier for the Rancor. The Black Series Rancor was a monumental stuff up. The tiers were complete garbage. The tiers needed to be Ula, Garan, Malakili, and then a Gamorrean guard who could pop in half. Right, who could be a half Gamorrean guard. I thought that was a decent idea. So he could eat it or hold it. But yeah, so no, we're not gonna get Ula, I guess. I mean, I would love to see Ula in TVC, honestly, with a cool with a card. That would be cool. I don't want to see what the card art would look like. TVC ATST is a hard pass for me at $90, especially when the new Chewie should have come carded. Gonna pick up the Black Series 3.0. Yeah, the driver that's going for $70 or less on eBay instead real soon. Wow, the Black Series one is up to $70 now? Wow. Thought it'd be cheaper than that. But yeah, so the Chewie's not new. It's a repack of the I think that was he was actually, that's a good question. I know somebody in here must know. So I know It was released as the Black Series Chewie. I know it was the original trilogy vintage Chewie. I think it was released at least one other time as the TVC Chewie, right? It was one of the TVC Chewies. But I couldn't remember if it was released additionally. So if there was any other releases other than that for that Chewie. I know it was 20, so it's like 19 years old, so or maybe 18. But if you remember any other times they've released that mold, let me know. Yes, no Ula, no Mula is probably the most famous line from the Rancor project. Can we just get some writers who think about world building, please? I hated the direction of the Book of Boba Fett. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I think it's they left a lot on the table. I think it could have been so much better. I think that Boba Fett deserved the production value that you're putting into Andor because he's Boba Fett. Cassian is friggin' Cassian. Meh. Boba Fett deserves a Boba Fett show deserves the amount of money that you're putting into Cassian. But of course, they're going to spend it on the one that's their own creation, right? Because they hate OT. Because Lucasfilm, the new people who run in Disney who run Lucasfilm hate the original trilogy. Different size Jawas in the throne room. That's interesting. I want to say the skulls came from the excavation set. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because the excavation, actually, I think the excavation sets, there was multiple of them in this, and I think they all had different bones in them. So there was like a lot of bones that they had for that. Who on earth came up with the concept for the Book of Boba Fett? 2 good episodes, 2 terrible episodes, 2 episodes of season 3 Mando. I just can't get my head around it. I'm with you. You could have done so much with that. Like he's Boba friggin' Fett. And now he's going to be in charge of a crime syndicate? Are you kidding me? That could have been so awesome. How do you drop the ball on that? Oh, yeah. It's F-Font Man? Yeah, it would be a nice re-release. That's something that... Oh, there's a few of those bigger figures, yeah, that they could do. Right, I ordered the Salacious Crumb with the Shop Disney 4-pack, the Creature Pack, just before the Rancor dropped. So, yeah, it came at the same time. That's how lazy it was. They're like, oh, we're just putting these back into production. Let's just throw one on a card and make it a tier. Same with the Gamorrean Guard. Like, what? Although I would buy that separately if they released it. If they do that's something they should do, man. If they released more TVC figures or Black Series figures on those old Power of the Force cards, it's a new gimmick that will get me buying things. Biker Gang. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett was poor. Biker Gang. What were you thinking? And Boba Fett lost all his mystique. Yeah, he did. What were you thinking with the Biker Gang? Who came up with that shit? Fail. Right. They made Boba less cool so Mando could shine. I blame Cake. I probably should do it. You joke, but... All right, Matt. We'll talk to you. You have a great weekend, too. Oh, Chris, what's up? Good afternoon, everyone. Coincidental that I joined just as Matt is discussing the ATST. He and I had an in-depth discussion about it. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about it, man. I was just talking about our discussion actually. And I don't know if you saw, but there's this let me see if I can bring it back up. So, somebody sent this over to me. It's going to take me a minute to do this. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. So, he's got this. It's a Black Series sized 3D printed ATST that they're well, you can sells the files to it, or you can buy it put together, or just the pieces, so you can put together whatever. You can buy different versions of it that we were talking about. I blame KK as well. Apparently, she's made a right mess of Indy 5. Oh no. I think she worked on all the old Indiana Joneses, if I remember correctly. And I'm not surprised. She's got to go. There's rumors like every week that she's fired. Like, are they ever right? I mean, every time I think of her, like I always think of, I forget who it was who was telling the story, who was working on the on making the Disney Star Wars in Disney World, the Star Wars land, which and the can't everything was set and they were just about to start production. This is his words. And they were just about to start the plans, everything. They were just gonna start production, like putting shovel to dirt. And KK specifically came in like, and they were gonna make the cantina the one from A New Hope. That was the plan. And she stopped and she was like, "Why are we gonna make it like something old? Let's make our stuff something new." And changed it. Now I know the place. I haven't been. I heard the place is awesome, but when I heard that, I was like, "No." I would have gone specifically to see the Mos Eisley one. I'd be like, "I have to go to this cantina because it's Mos Eisley. I have to go right now." But is it just a general cantina? I'm like, "What? Okay, cool. I guess." I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I always think of that when I think of KK. There you go. I wanted Peaky Blinders Godfather vibes with Boba Fett being all villainy. Instead, I got a nice guy and Power Rangers Scooter Squad instead of Dangar Bosk and anyone else. Yes, so um, I'm with you 100% on that. And something that also I hope they do at some point is and I hope they make some type of like almost a Star Wars like horror film kind of. It doesn't have to be like Friday the 13th, but just kind of how well I want it to be from which this could have been, Boba Fett could have been from the bad guy's perspective. You know? Like kind of DC did with Suicide Squad, kind of. You know, they made the Joker movie. None of them, I don't think any of them are exactly what I'm talking about, but you know, I would want one from a bad guy's perspective. You know, who's not maybe it's not even exactly like a really bad guy. I would, but maybe somebody who's like, you know, on the line, something. I thought that that would always be a good idea, especially even for action figure movies for DC and Marvel movies. Like make it from the bad guy's perspective. I hear every week that KK could get let go soon. There's rumblings that KK could be let go soon, so hopefully the ship gets righted. Yeah, well, yeah. Huh. Remold, reuse, repaint, re-release. Welcome to Hasbro. KK not leaving Lucasfilm without destroying all their legacy franchises. The fucking Vespa gang is the worst thing ever put into Star Wars. It is. It doesn't fit into Star Wars. It's the weirdest thing you could have ever thought of. Could you have made like a like a darker, like you are a crime lord, like a darker, more bad guyish team. I don't know. No, no, no. Shh, shh, shh. They turned Boba into Superman without his powers. Yeah, a nice guy that gets his ass whooped. Yeah, like is that Superman 2? Yeah. I didn't watch it. Thoughts on the Indiana Jones trailer? I was disappointed. I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it. I don't really hold most hold up much hope for that movie, honestly. Poor Harrison Ford. I've been focusing hard on Mos Eisley and partially the Mos Espa 3.75-inch figures over the past 2 to 3 months, and there's so many missing characters yet. We we get everything but. Come on, Hasbro, do better. I'm with you with that. For sure. Or do all of those. It's funny. Yeah. We they'll make a lot of the new stuff and they won't make any of these Cantina patrons. But I mean, they must know not to, if they start making the Scooter Squad figures for Black Series, I mean, I might be out. Especially if they make a scooter. If they release a scooter vehicle, I'm out. That's it. Yes, most jokes are laced with truth. Yes, there's lots of truth. There's lots of truth in jest. I think that's what the saying is. Wait, whoa. TVC ATST Chewy, has a new head sculpt? It does have a new head sculpt. Yeah, she worked on all the indies. I thought she did work on all the indies. And reading through the nice, and reading through the comments for several minutes of the Indiana's trailer on Lucasfilm channel, all negative, not one good or even neutral comment. It's going to be one big pile of shit. Regarding the ATST, I appreciated Matt's feedback on the lackluster quality of the design, but I've always wanted a Scout Walker, so I ended up buying two, and I'll address issues when I get them. Yeah, I feel you, man. For some people who, so that's what I was talking about. Who said he didn't have any of the releases yet. If you don't have it, I mean, cool. I mean, I think you could set up a pretty good little scene with the bunker and a couple ATSTs, but it would cost you a pretty penny. Indiana Jones 5 was filmed here in Glasgow, pretending to be New York. No kidding. Yeah, the indie series went to hell after The Last Crusade. You know what? I don't know how many. I don't know. The movie, I guess, is not that great, but the aliens aren't my problem with the crystal skulls. You know what I mean? I don't. People are all like, "Oh my god, it's like what?" I don't know why that would bother you. I think KKK only dealt with the financial side to the indie films in the past, nothing to do with making the actual film. Yeah, maybe, I have no idea. Every time I think of KK, I become violently ill and go bathe in bleach and drink Drano just to cleanse myself. Nice, dude. Star Wars horror would be cool as hell, man. Give me the OG Death Troopers. Yeah, so, right, and somebody did a fake promo for what I can't even for a Knights of Ren movie, I think, which looked pretty awesome. I was like, this is fake, but it looks better than anything they're putting together at Lucasfilm. But yeah, I think it would be awesome if we did like a Star Wars horror film, or at least something dark from like the perspective of the villain. Or like I said, like a bipolar figure who's like playing the line. Yeah, maybe Bob Iger will get rid of her since he's CEO again. Yeah. Word. What criminals run around in bright ass clothes? Yeah, the Force is female. Yeah, Superman too. Yeah, when he gets beat up in the bar, remember from Superman. Oh, Batu and Galaxy's Edge is a complete disappointment. I totally agree. I wanted to go in the original cantina. Yes, that's I heard about it. They were making the original cantina because it came out way before they started construction. I was like, that is awesome. I can't wait to go. See some of the original characters. How awesome would that be? Why see Disney Star Wars? Yeah, I'm with you now. They need to show off the new Mod Squad idea. Yeah, I guess. I've tried to avoid all indie stuff, just hope it's not terrible, but I won't watch it until someone I agree with and respect tells me it's good. If not, I won't even be aware if it's really bad. Oh, did anyone get the TVC Figure and Dan 7 pack? I didn't order it, but it should be shipping if you did order it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, right? My speculation isn't based on any knowledge or gossip, but I keep wondering if he's going to offer Star Wars to Kevin. Yeah, Feige. It's Feige, right? And they seek someone to replace him at Marvel. Yeah, for real. He did a good job over there. That'd be. I mean, that'd be great. Honestly. Hmm. Vespa Gang and Book of Boba Fett. They have nice chrome decked out speeders, but complain about the price of water. Yeah, and they're broke. Yeah, they have no money, but they've got pimped out vehicles. And nice, like, and they all got like nice, clean, good clothes. I think a major factor with Galaxy Edge and them going for new was literally so they did not have to pay George royalties. Huh? I don't know. I think they bought it from him straight up though, right? I think it's funny that while people complained about the prices, the new TVC speeder bike sold out on Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, well, I kind of figured that would happen. But people did complain about that price too. I just straight up ordered that from Amazon. I wasn't gonna go. I want that. So if you and that's the point. I think um, when you give the adult collectors or the hard collectors something that they actually want, the inflated prices is can be okay, I guess, if they really want it. But if you're trying to force feed us something else that's been released 1,000 times already for an insanely inflated price, then that's when you get a lot of backlash. Death Troopers from 2009 was a great look. Would make a great film too. Very graphic and horror up there with the Thing. That'd be awesome. If Hasbro released the soy latte responsibly sourced vegan safe space millennial Vespa game, I'll get myself committed. Yes, that was an amazing sentence. And biotic parts that they could dumb down and sell for water. So right, biotic parts. That's true. Sure, that's cheap as well. The Mod Squad. There's no jobs. Whiny, whiny, woke. But we spent a fortune on our modifications and bling bikes. Gotta give the people what they want. A Star Wars show about Black Sun versus Crimson Dawn would be awesome, I think, if done right. Toss in the Huts as well. The Book of Boba Fett leaves much to be desired. Hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah, it does. Oh, totally. I heard the biker. It would make so much sense. I heard the biker gang in Book of Boba Fett looks that way because they're rich runaway quids from Coruscant, or so I'm told. I probably. Why would they give the Star Wars franchise to anyone but Filoni and Favreau? They're the only ones who care about Star Wars. Anything the direct, animated or otherwise, has been great. That's true. And probably have more Star Wars knowledge than anybody else over there. I think Lucas had some sort of residual aspect to the sale contract he signed, so some money kept going to him. I'm sure he gets some money even after the sale, which is why Disney had been reluctant to do the OT, which is awful if that's true. Is anyone actually interested in the Acolyte? It's set during the It's set during the High Republic, so I've admittedly already wrote it off as garbage. I just can't help it. I would check it out because it's supposed to have all those legendary Darths in it, isn't it? So I would love to see them on screen. The Book of Boba Fett, the book. Come on, the Book of Boba Fett made the Pikes boring as fuck. The only Pike in Solo was more entertaining. Hey. And Mace, all right. So he's giving his approval to Andor. I was completely disinterested in Andor. Me too. When it was first announced, oh, I couldn't. I was like, this is no. Now it's one of my favorite things. And now the thing, Republic Collectibles, what's up? And now the thing that pisses me off the most about Andor is the fact that they should have used and shot on site and all that stuff to the Book of Boba Fett show, because Boba Fett is greater than Cassian, and he deserved more resources and harder work than was put into it. Interesting. I just hate what they did to Obi-Wan and Boba Fett. Feels like they deliberately messing up fan faves to prop up their OCs, which is, I don't know if they deliberately did it, but they definitely allocated less resources to them, and I think they did that. They did that on purpose. They wanted their own creation, Cassian, that came from Disney, that came from Rogue One, to be the best show and have the longest longevity, probably because it's theirs. That's how they felt. They've always felt in competition with the OT and other Star Wars stuff that's already been created. I don't know why. You own it now. Why do you want to? Why would you do that? But for some reason, they just want to compete with that with their new stuff. I don't know why. That's at least the way that I feel that it is, right? So I don't know. So I do have a question. So I mentioned it earlier, but not Star Wars related. So yeah, Cassian is still one of the biggest peg warmers in history. Yeah, he is. I'm traumatized from that part of action figure collecting. I'm traumatized of seeing pegs full of Cassians and Jins. For what were those three prices? There was three prices that they were always at that on the pegs in Walmart. It was like $9.87 when they're trying to get rid of them all. It was like $18.12. I think there was one in between the two of them. But yeah. Book of Boba Fett first episode, the Major Domo was a sinister character with a threatening undertone, but episode 5 was comic relief. Yep. For sure. Obi-Wan was so disappointing. You know, you read it. Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, we didn't need any more Obi-Wan. Like the prequels is 3 movies about Obi-Wan. We didn't need any more Obi-Wan, in my opinion. He's got enough. He got enough PT. Yeah, Wheels of Chaotic Doom. Funny how Disney keeps pushing their stuff and it often stinks, yet the original OT stuff keeps shining. For real. I think Book of Boba Fett was handed to KK after FNF. Someone deserted it for Ahsoka and their own stuff, and that was how the mods came into be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Only thing around me is Redbox Cassian. Really, Redbox Cassian, Lando, and Riva and Security Droid. I actually saw some new figures at Walmart, not the new ones, but like the Security Droid wave and the Vader wave at Walmart the other day. Surprise, surprise. They also have had the same 2 archive collection A New Hope Princess Leia's that they've had since, I don't know, the summer. I forget how long they've had them. They've been there a long time. Yeah, how did they mess up Obi-Wan? It should have been an easy series to make, right? Especially for the time period you're making it. Like, especially if you're gonna have Vader there, like that seems like a no-brainer. Like you don't have to do much to make that good. But here we are, you know. So yeah, Acolyte. I kind of want to see what they do with it. I want to see. I mean, it's supposed to have all the Darth Revan and Darth Malik, all these Darths, all famous Darths. Mando and Rogue One Cassian are the only good Disney contributions. Yeah. I mean, some of them are, I don't know, they're okay. But those are, yeah. Rogue One is the best of the movies, I guess, right? But that's not really saying much. Oh, next big Hasbro reveal, carbonized Rogue One Cassian in an anniversary red and black box. Instant seller. Yeah. Do you think the new Chewie for Return of the Jedi is better than the archive one? Well, it's slightly different, which is why I'm going to get it. Different head sculpt and the chain thing. The archive one isn't as good. I didn't pick up the archive one because I have that version of Chewie. I've bought like every Chewie that's ever come out pretty much. So I know I have that one. So not really. Plus, that's not a Return of the Jedi Chewie. It's a New Hope Chewie, I think. I'm just double checking before I say that. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's a New Hope Chewie, which has a different head sculpt. He doesn't have like the eyebrows and stuff. His hair is slicked back. Obi was just so careless, and I think you're trying to say uninspired. Just so bad. That's right. Book of Boba Fett was given to Rodriguez, I believe. As for Kenobi, building the series on Vader versus Kenobi rematch just so they could force Venus Riva during this. Hey, that's right. You're right. And that's a good pun. I'm with you on that. Good work there, buddy. Obi-Wan should have had terrible PTSD. I love the rubbish 7-year-old Wookiee molds. Me too, buddy. The TVC Obi-Wan series Darth Vader was yeah, it was. Yeah, Archive is A New Hope. Yeah, it's a different Chewie head. You can tell by looking at him. The New Hope one, Chewie's hair is just slicked back. in Return of the Jedi, he's got like eyebrows, so he can do the more expression in his face, I guess. There was something I wanted to ask, and I don't remember what it was. But it was let me I don't remember. But now another thing I was going to ask. So the Black Series Kenobi Vader, insipid. Oh, you're saying insipid. So the Black Series Kenobi Vader, I think I have, first of all, it's a good figure, right? I think everybody liked it. I think I gave one away. This is the last figure that I think I did for a giveaway that no one's come forward to claim that said that they won it. I didn't want to say what figures they were because people could just be like, "Oh yeah, that was mine." But I think I did one for a giveaway, and the person who won it still hasn't said anything. So, and I can't find a message in my messages about it. So, I'm just wondering if the winner of that Black Series is here or is listening. I had to double check though and count again, but I think I have an extra one that was given away that nobody has claimed as of yet. Obi should have gone into Mos Eisley Cantina, hence his comment in A New Hope about it being a little rough. He should have gone off world from the canteen. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, that's actually an excellent idea. My favorite take on Reva was that she's the equivalent of a Jewish person joining the Nazis in World War II and hunting down other Jewish individuals in an attempt to close and kill Hitler. If they had to push Reva, just make a series about her. Yeah, as an Inquisitor, as a standalone entity. Write it well, chuck in some money at it, and give Moses a fighting chance. So, I know, David. I know you want it, David. I know you want it. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know why you have to name something Kenobi and then push a different character in it. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And it's unfortunately that's the formula for a lot of this. I don't want to call it woke because I don't want to get it in there. But when you make things not about the person. It's like when you want to push, you want to a lot for a lot of things is if you want to make you want to push a female character in something, which I wish they would just make a standalone thing that was good with a female character. Why can't you just do that instead of force feeding one in Kenobi? You know, like there are a lot of badass women in Star Wars that I would love to see a TV show of or a movie. You know, you don't have to do it that way. What about the new Cal? I have the original red and black one, but not sure about updating figures and dealing with reselling. I don't like having duplicates of same characters. Thoughts? The new Cal, the Black Series one. So it's different, right? Because it's from a different movie. I'm sorry, different game. So it's gonna be. He looks. Outfit's different. I think everything's different about him. So it's kind of like a different because the completely different one. Like the TVC, you can see in the. Oh, actually, you know what? I might have a comparison shot that I can bring up in my Instagram. That somebody. Let me see if it's there. Because somebody was actually talking about this somewhere. Damn it. I thought that oh, I did. Okay, here, let me bring it up for you. Because it's really just a different figure altogether, most I mean, it looks completely different, let me say that. Let me see, he's over here, right around here somewhere. Here he is. So, as you can see, like, even I gotta go to the head sculpt is different too, so he's got, you know, completely different outfit and different there's the head sculpt. So, oh, actually, let me just look at this real quick, because I think they're comparing the GameStop one, I don't remember. Yeah, so I don't remember exactly what the black and oh, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, so that is the GameStop one. It's different than the black and white one too. Everything's different about it. It's like a whole new figure. I don't have any other comparison shots, but yeah, it's a different figure. So I don't know if you want to keep it or not. I don't I don't know which one you prefer. I'd probably just keep them both. Obi had the worst use of the Inquisitors. They're so much better in the animated series. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the same character in a different outfit isn't too bad, but sometimes. Well, there's a third version now. I didn't find Calvary. One thing I loved about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the flashback scene of Order 66 showed just how tough it was to take down even a random Jedi. Brilliant scene. Reva was a character by committee, a character designed by ticking boxes and doing surveys. Maybe. Uh, yeah, Inquisitors in Kenobi were pretty useless. I mean, they all got their asses kicked in Rebels too, but at least they were better portrayed. It's different, but it's the same character, you know? Like, you would have to choose one. Which one? Oh, I have a limited budget and space for displays. Why I'm asking. Oh, I don't know. Then that's a tough question. I couldn't tell you. Hey CKC, I've wondered about the new Cal and noticed he comes with a blaster, but his trailers never show him with a blaster or a holder. Had me wondering why including it on the figure. I don't know. I think somebody else mentioned that too. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in. I don't know. Maybe it's in the game or something. I have no idea. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that actually looking at my thing here, made me think that yeah. So there's a comparison of the new Luke in here as well for the Jedi Luke from the Walmart exclusive one, and the new Mando season 2 Luke. As you can see right there, there's a couple other pictures of it. You see it's slightly different color too. Where you can see there that it's going to be slightly different there. See, there they are, different color robe. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that before. So yeah, and they also, I think there was a. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Street Fighter 112 figures from Jada Toys. They got Bison is coming. Wave 2. Ken. I remember I always called him Daslin, but I don't really know how to say his name. I like Street Fighter 2. I had when I had Sega, and I always had Street Fighter 2 before I had Mortal Kombat. So I was a big fan of Street Fighter 2. So yeah, here's the upcoming TVC wave. There's the Luke. I think there's also and there's the Cal, who look pretty good. I think I also have a better picture of the TVC Luke, and there's the Andor. Oh yeah, YakFace says that the Obi-Wan Indiana Jones figure is a Target exclusive. So awesome! Get ready. There's the Kino fixture from Secret of the Ooze. He's got the speeder, or his little speeder. He's got his Vespa. The Target exclusive Duke and Ram is now hitting Target stores. Here is, so in Canada, GameStop, here's the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary of Boba Fett. It's considered a deluxe figure, so I have no idea how much that would be in Canada. It's $50 probably. I don't know. That's a guess randomly. Oh yeah, there's the bunker. We all know about that stuff. We complained about it. Wait, I think I have. Oh, here he is. This is what I was looking for. Close up of the TVC wave. There's Luke right there, which looks pretty good actually. There's the other ones. These are the other figures. Andor. Cal looks pretty good. So is the Stormtrooper. Looking pretty good. Like I said, these are available now at Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. If you missed out, I don't know how much they are. And then, oh yeah, here he is. Here is out of the box shot of the Wookiee. The Halloween Wookiee Black Series. Great. Comes like that. Also, no scar on his face. Scar in the picture. Scar in the picture. No scar on the figure. So, awesome. And then, not much else. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ed 209 NECA, now hitting Target stores. I already have it, but pretty cool. And the rescue set is now shipping from Hasbro Pulse if you pre-ordered it. So yeah, I know, I guess. Let me see, where are we at? Okay. Don't you mean Luke from the Black Series Rancor tier? Yeah. Yeah. They're adding blaster gameplay. I think you'll start with all this. Oh, here we go. We're talking about the game. Okay. Shh. So in Obi-Wan, getting a lightsaber in the guts is survivable. So does that mean that the Tauntaun in Empire Strikes Back is still alive? I guess so. Yeah, $50 for Obi-Wan Canada. It might be. Can't confirm. Oh, it was? Seen it in store and passed. It was $50? Damn. That's crazy. $10 for the figure, $40 for the card. Yep. Halloween Wookiee just in time for Halloween 2023. Well, I hope no more pre-orders drop from Hasbro Pulse. My funds are fairly depleted. Yeah. Yup, my Ed 209. I love my Ed 209 too. I got it in the other room. Oh, right. See, that happens a lot. So Rescue Set also spotted in GameStop in Canada. No way. Got pictures with the price if you need. Yeah, that'd be great. If you have my Instagram, if you can send them over there. My cat is quiet. I haven't fed him in 4 years. My cat is loud. It was actually a cat that this was a long time ago. My cat's old now, but when I lived together with a girlfriend. She had a cat. She had a dream about having a white and black cat. We ended up getting a kitten like that. We broke up. She took her cat and left this cat, which I now take care of. The other thing about Obi-Wan in the show, we saw the guy murk Darth Maul in Rebels to protect Luke. You're telling me he just lets Reva leave? It's funny. There's a lot of stuff like that that comes in new Star Wars. I hate when they try to, I don't know, change canon just because they have a show. They're making a show this week and have a pen. Like, it actually really takes me off. The Marvel Legends Retro VHS animated X-Men Cyclops. It's shipping by the 12th. If there's any collectors in here. I didn't get that one, but I have the Jubilee and I have the Wolverine one because that show was awesome when I was a kid. Awesome. I will take a look. Thank you. It's lazy writing. That it was lazy writing. It's the thing. It'll be much cooler to see Obi-Wan have to do something that dark, even though he wouldn't want to. Yeah. Oh, okay. Whoa. All right. So I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, but we'll probably end it here. I don't have a giveaway. I didn't see this Jedi Crafts in here today, but he actually sent me a Christmas card. I was going to thank him. I have it right here. He sent me a Christmas card. He wrote like a whole thing on the back too. So I want to thank him, but he's not in here today. Disney Star Wars from a story standpoint is a sloppy mess. Yes, inconsistent and contradicts itself. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Oh, also GameStop sent me an email to make sure my payment is good for the Black Series Clone Wars Mall. Does that mean it will ship soon as well? Yes, that does, but I've had GameStop send me that and then have the thing not ship for a month. So it could mean it ships soon. It could mean that it's going to ship in a month or two. So you never know. Yeah. The direction killed Obi for me. Reva's direction was shout as loud as possible. I don't mind Maul in the Clone Wars, but to me, he died in Phantom Menace. He fulfilled his role. Yeah, Jedi Craft. Sweet, Jedi Craft. Yeah, he did. He had a giveaway. He won a giveaway, so he had my return address. Yeah. Can I send you some diorama photos via email? You can send them email if you want. Instagram is a way better way to do it because... But yeah, you can send them to me. You can send them to me. Yes, you can email them to me. Sure. Yeah, there's an email right there. Toy Collector Star Wars. It's pretty easy to remember. I love Clone Wars Mall. I actually like all the Clone Wars versions of the characters compared to the prequels. They're more fleshed out. Yeah, I kind of wish that we got more Clone Wars kind of animated versions of the figures. Even the ones that they released weren't like really Clone Wars versions of them. That's like a whole nother line that they could probably do, you know? So, hmm, so yeah, so let's we can end it here, I think. Like I said, I don't have a giveaway for today, but it's Christmas time. So, one of the Clone Wars flashback and all you want. That's a good idea. Instead, we got the training scene. Yeah, I wish the Clone Wars line would come back too. I'm in agreement with that. They could do so much with it, nowadays. I'd like to see a lot of those figures in Black Series too. But yeah, so it's Christmas. So like I said, it's Christmas time. So I don't really have a giveaway for you. We got to do with old ass Anakin. So so I'm working on this video. Hopefully I can get it done before the end of the year. I'm going to do the top 10 worst Black Series releases of 2022 because we try to stay positive around here. So we're going to do worst. It's a lot more fun. Why didn't they de-age Hayden? That's a good question. That's one I can have a lot more fun with than doing the best. So, does anyone army build all the McFarlane Batmans? No, but I have a lot of them. It's really the only that, and I got some Red Hood, a couple Red Hoods. That's really the only figure that I would. It's really the only figure that I would give that I buy from McFarlane a lot of the time, just because I have to limit the amount of figures that I buy. I can give away the aquarium, the ATST Battle of Endor set back there. Worst has many meanings. That's true. That's pretty easy. It's the Rogue One, Wave 1 Shellformers. So I enjoyed the movie. Yeah, the movie was decent enough. That's true. So yeah, so we will be back. We should be back next week. Let me double check. Because the holidays are kind of hard. I don't know what's I think I'll be here. I think I'll be here for next week. If not, obviously all right, awesome. No, it's only worst. It's only the worst figures of this year. I've done top 10 of the worst ever already. Although they probably need a new list. To England, yes. Carbonized Constable Zuvio. I would buy that in a second. So next week, same thing, 2:00. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye, guys.